still need to be revived.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Ta-da! Hi, I'm Allie, and welcome to the Only Nugs channel, where we talk about gaming, comics, and appreciate cool art. Where have I been this past month? Well, on June 1st, I entered the world of Mommy Lilith and have spent most of my free time over the last 3 weeks playing Diablo 4. And if you've stumbled upon this video, which is a compilation of my personal worst moments as a Diablo 4 and ARPG newbie, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you like Diablo 4 or if you enjoy watching other people's miseries.
day 1.5. So all of day 1 and part of day 2, I was making those mistakes. And I was like, I'm ready to uninstall. This game is terrible. But no, it just turned out that I was terrible.
So after 3 weeks of cringe-worthy moments, here are my top mistakes to avoid as a Diablo or ARPG newbie. Mistake number 1, not reading the text dialogue.
Wait, am I supposed to be here?
So this is both a character flaw of mine, but also for some reason, when it comes to games, whether it's video games or board games, I really don't do a good job of reading. It's like my eyes glaze over when there are instructions involved, or if there's like NPC dialogue that I need to go through. Oftentimes, I just find myself clicking really quickly to get through it so I can get to the fun part, which is getting loot and fighting.
Die already. How many waves have I killed now? Oh my god. Oh, I was at a cursed shrine, that's why. I'm an idiot. But wait, there's more. Yeah, who reads?
Which brings me to my next mistake, which is not questioning why it's taking so long for me to get through a dungeon. My longest dungeon took me about an hour, and it wasn't until I had friends comment that it shouldn't take an hour that I started to question that I was doing things wrong.
How you get additional skills and...
I'm gonna die before you get here. I can't leave, and I have 1 potion left.
If you do die, it's okay. You just come back.
I don't want to die.
Not the end of the world.
I don't want to die after spending an hour on this dungeon.
An hour?
Yeah.
When I started to question I was doing things wrong, I realized I didn't upgrade my potions from level 1. I didn't know what enchantment slots were, so I wasn't using any passive skills. And that was resulting in my damage being really low. So I spent a lot of time just running around in circles, doing very low damage. And that's definitely not how to have a good time in Diablo 4.
I was doing a no upgrades run.
Another mistake that took me far too long to fix, in fact, I only fixed it yesterday, is keeping my movement and attack actions on the same button, which is my left mouse button. So oftentimes I'll mean to attack, but what I'll end up doing is instead run, or the opposite. So I'm trying to move away from or through a mob and end up attacking them instead. And that doesn't usually result in a good outcome. It's annoying, but definitely go to your gameplay controls and make sure that you separate those two actions out from one another. Another mistake that I made for a really long time, even after the campaign, was equipping and selling things based off of color. So as a newbie, I just assumed, white, you gotta get rid of. Blue is okay, yellow is better, and orange is really awesome. I didn't pay as much attention to the line items, and I also really didn't question what that weapon or what that armor was doing for me. I was simply just looking at color. Definitely not only look at the details of each of the things and drops that you're picking up. Also, a good handy tool I learned is to figure out what is a good range of whether or not a weapon or armor or accessory is good for you, is to go back into your gameplay controls and make sure you turn on the additional details button. By adding the details tooltip, you'll be able to see the range of how good your weapon is, as well as seeing when you switch from one gear to another, what you're going to lose and what you're going to gain by making that switch.
The advanced tooltips are amazing. Thank you for the tip.
It helps so much, right?
You see what's going on now.
I don't understand why it's not default.
It should be default, because at first I was like, what do you mean advanced tooltips? And then like, I'll show,
If you're playing this type of game, you kind of need that information.
I'll show stream. So like with these advanced tooltips, it actually tells you like properties lost. It tells you the range. So you can see for this one, it's like strength 24 to 34. But this one, this is plus 26 strength. So it's like not that good. But normally it doesn't show you any of that stuff. It just says plus 26 strength, 3.9 damage. It doesn't give you any of the pluses or minuses. And it's like super unhelpful because you don't realize what you're gaining or losing.
Aside from my top newbie mistakes, I still have to get good. And let me tell you, I am not good at playing these games.
I'm just mashing buttons and hoping for the best.
That said, I found the campaign story to be pretty enthralling and the animation, as well as the environmental design, to be quite awesome.
I've already seen this part, but I still get goosebumps with this whole thing.
And also, I really love going around and playing with friends in a party, getting that sweet, sweet loot, and also participating in world events.
Typically, just you want to stand close to it. Basically, stand underneath its butthole.
I really don't see a butthole. I know you said to stand there, but
You have to imagine where.
yeah, I was like, I'm looking right now. I don't see anything.
So despite being a total dirt for hours on end, I have actually really enjoyed playing the game, and I think I will continue to play when the next season comes out. Although I will say that I'll probably try something different than Ice Sorceress. I found that constantly being mana-starved and constantly being on cooldown doesn't really add up to a great game experience. So I think once the new season comes out, I'll probably try out a different class.
Man, I wish Ice felt cooler right now. It doesn't feel very cool at all.
Whether you are a Diablo and ARPG newbie or veteran, let me know in the comments what your first couple weeks playing Diablo 4 were like. Let me know the things that you liked, maybe things you didn't like. If you are a veteran, maybe even drop some pro tips and advice for someone like me or others who may want to pay attention to as we continue our Diablo and ARPG journey. And lastly, if you enjoy this video or somehow made it to the end of this video, despite cringing at all of those clips, be sure to like or subscribe to this channel for more content like that. Thanks for tuning in and see you next time. Ta-da!